I am dying. But my death will feed an entire ecosystem for the next 100 years. I am a whale, 50 tons of flesh and bone, and this is my final gift to the ocean. May, off the coast of Cape Town. The waves are violent today, chaotic, unforgiving. I don't see the ship until it's too late. A cargo freighter, drifting, out of control. It strikes me. The pain is immediate, sharp, like lightning tearing through water. My ribs collapse inward, my lungs crushed. Blood fills my chest, but I can't feel it anymore. Everything goes dark. When I wake, I'm floating. No, not floating, drifting. I've no direction, no sense of up or down. My body is heavy now, cold, lifeless. But somehow I'm still here, not alive, but not gone. A whisper of consciousness, lingering in the water like an echo that refuses to fade. I can feel my body beginning to change, the warmth draining from my skin, the scent of my death spreading outward, mile after mile, a signal, an invitation. The first visitor arrives within hours, a shadow, circling. A great white shark. She's massive, ancient. Her black eyes register nothing. No anger, no mercy, only hunger. She circles me once, twice, then she bites. I feel it. Not pain, not anymore, but awareness. A strange, heavy sense of release. This is what I'm here for now. Not to swim, not to sing, to feed. She tears into my blubber, thick, fatty tissue that took me decades to build. Each bite is purposeful, efficient. She's not being cruel. She's surviving. My fat while storing her liver, fuel for months of hunting, fuel to cross oceans. I can almost feel her satisfaction. She eats until her belly is swollen, until she can barely move. Then she leaves. But I'm not alone for long. Blue sharks arrive next. 1, 2, 10. They're opportunists, the scavengers of the sea. They wouldn't dare approach while the great white was here, but now it's their turn. They swarm me, tearing, pulling, fighting over every scrap. I thought death would be lonely. I was wrong. It's a feast. 10 days pass. My blubber is gone. My skin, once smooth, once strong, now hangs in tatters. I no longer float. Gravity takes over, and I begin to sink. Down, down, into the blue, then into the black. The pressure builds, tightening around me like a burial shroud. There's no light here, no wind, no surface, just silence and cold, and something waiting. It comes from below. A 6-gill shark, older than most species on this planet. Thick-bodied, slow-moving, eyes like stones. It doesn't rush. It never does. When it finally reaches me, it bites with something close to reverence, deep, deliberate. Each mouthful tears away muscle, releases clouds of blood into the darkness. The blood glows faintly in the dim light, like red ink spreading across black paper. More 6-gills arrive. They don't hunt together, but they tolerate each other here because there's enough of me to share. They fight in slow motion, silent collisions, twisting bodies, ancient instincts. No sound, just impact. For a day and a night, they feast. When they leave, a third of my body is gone. My ribs are exposed now, white bone against dark water. The next visitors are smaller, quieter. Spider crabs, hagfish, amphipods. They don't have teeth, they don't have strength, but they have patience. They emerge from the sediment, from cracks in the seafloor. Hundreds of them, thousands. They crawl over me like a living carpet, their tiny mouths working, scraping, cleaning. They take what the sharks couldn't, the fragments, the pieces, the in-betweens. Nothing is wasted here. 2 months pass. My skin is gone. My muscles dissolved. My bones begin to collapse. 6 months. I am skeleton now. But even bone is not the end. Something new arrives. Bone-eating worms. Osedax. You can barely see them, smaller than a grain of rice, but they have a power the sharks don't. They secrete acid. They burrow into my bones, drilling, dissolving, extracting the last traces of fat stored deep inside my marrow. They build colonies inside me, silent mazes, a city of the microscopic. Time passes. My bones crack, crumble, turn to dust. The dust settles into the sediment, mixes with sand, with silt, and eventually disappears. No grave, no monument, my body gone, my name forgotten. But I don't feel sadness because I was never wasted. From my skin to my spine, from my muscle to my marrow, from my first breath to my last, every part of me was used, accepted, transformed. I died, but I didn't disappear. I became everything. I am the fat stored in a shark's liver, fuel for a journey across the Atlantic. I am the protein in a crab's shell, the armor that protects it from predators. I am the calcium in a clam, the foundation of its home. I am the nutrients in the sediment, feeding bacteria, feeding plankton, feeding the smallest, most forgotten creatures. And maybe, one day, a molecule of me will rise through the food chain, through the currents, into a new wail, a new heartbeat, a new song. This is not an ending. This is a beginning. Whale fall. It sounds like death, but it's the most generous act in the ocean. A single whale can sustain life for a century, hundreds of species, thousands of creatures, all fed by one body, one gift. I am no longer a whale. I am the ocean itself, and the ocean never forgets. Every creature matters. Every death feeds life. This is the promise of nature, and I kept mine.